Hey everyone, David Schwartzberg here. How are you? Friday started the war, Israel against Iran, to rid Iran of their nuclear capabilities. I had all the kids home, all the schools were closed. We couldn't record the fourth class. But tonight went to Shabbos, it's midnight, kids are sleeping. Hopefully there's no siren soon. And we can continue part two in the Hoisofos Ubiurim in Perek Aleph on the topic of Derush Bitachon, Perek Aleph. What we discussed in part one was that every person has the flow of Shefa coming his way, but sometimes we stop that Shefa, where we limit that Shefa by our thoughts, by what we believe in, by believing in our business versus it coming directly from Hashem. Tonight we're going to continue with part two, where it says, "Akamosh Kosta b'Sefer Toldos Yaakov Yosef, b'Shem Rabbi Nachman Haridenker." Rabbi Nachman Haridenker lived in the early 1700s in Brody, Ukraine. He was a Talmud of the Baal Shem Tov, also known as the grandfather of Rabbi Nachman Mebreslov. That's where Nachman got his name from. He eventually moved to Tzvat and then to Tveria. So it says Rabbi Nachman Haridenker, Pirush al Mashukosov and Mishlei Oich Yamim Yemino Ubismoilo Oishav Echavod. This is talking about one that has Chachmas HaTorah, the wisdom of Torah, that in her right hand she has long life, lengthy days. Ubismoilo Oishav Echavod, in her left hand she has wealth and honor. Umaksha Ashas in the Gemara Shabbos asks, Otu b'yamino Oich Yamim Iko Oishav Echavod Leko. So what? So in her right hand she has long life, but she doesn't have Oishav Echavod. It would seem to be included in long life. And Mishani Gemara answers, Ela b'yamino Oich Yamim B'kol Shekein Oishav Echavod. Yes, we're including Oishav Echavod in when we say b'yamino Oich Yamim. Ubismoiler rak Oishav Echavod, but in the left hand that is only Oishav Echavod, and he'll explain right now. Pirishu Nun Beis Gimel Mem, which stands for Nishmasa Begins Emiraimim, which is another way of saying Zatzal. So explains Rabbi Nachman Zatzal. Ki mipnei shel Oishav Echavod shel Maiminim bo ene bo medava ner layin. Because the Maiminim, the Tzaddikim, they don't believe that their parnasa is coming from something which is near la'ayin, shulai they sibus avim kederach elam ba'askim shamas matan, like those that, in the world that believe that their parnasa comes from their business, from a thick siba, he calls it. Elam and mekor she'neir la'ayin shu sibus kol sibus, rather they believe it's coming from the source, the means of all means, which is Hashem. Lekach oishav v'koved shalahen ein near la'ayin le'kasav halkazeh b'ferish. And that's why in Mishlei they did not want to write it explicit, oishav v'koved. So it should be ein near la'ayin. Ki im behelam al pi kol shekain. Rather, it should be hidden in the concept of kol shekain. Ka'amar v'kol shekain oishav v'koved. That yes, in her right hand she has long life, but kol shekain oishav v'koved. Something which you don't have to write down. We don't want it to be near la'ayin. Ad kan l'shoyna v'diber pi chacham chen. Ad kan l'shoyna of Rabbi Nachman Haridenker. V'hu al yidei she'ein hashpoas shefan derech his tzamtzomos ha'olamos. So that the shefa should not be derech through the a limited path in this world. Ki im l'mayla min ha'olamos or l'mayla min ha'oishiyos, rather should be above the worlds, should be above oisios, letters. As we know, letters represents worlds. We know this worlds were created from the oisios of Torah. Oisios represents worlds. Lekach la'nechtav oshram b'ksivas oisios. That's why the pasuk of Mishlei didn't write in letters the words oishiv akovod. Rak b'derech kol shekein nilma. Rather, we shall learn it b'derech kol shekein. Because that is above all oisios. It's coming from a place of rachamim, of mercy, where there is no dinim and kitrogin, because it's not coming through the teva of this world. It's coming directly from Hashem, which is again ein near la'ayin. Aval oisan shemishatvin bitchainam, for those that partner up their trust, even though they believe in Hashem, and they also believe in their work, in their siva, that's giving them panasa. And all the more so, Misha Siva, someone that only believes in his siva, because he believes that with the lack of his siva, the lack of his work, he will not have panasa. And he's constantly believing in something which has a gvul, boundary, that it's tzimtzum, and it has its limitations. And he believes, he has his trust in this davar hamugval. שהשפעות צריך להיות מוגבלת ומצומצמת על ידי ירידתה דרך העלמות מסיבה לסיבה עד הגעתה לאיסו הסיבה הגשמיס מאוהד. And so too, Hashem will make it that his shefa, the flow, will also be boundaried and also be limited through going from misiba lisiba, like cause and effect throughout this world till it gets to us, till it finally reaches you. And there is a kitrig at every checkpoint as it's coming down. That's going to start looking at who's this person. Maybe we should stop. Let's take away some of that shefa from him. He will receive as much as his trust is. Even though, yes, there is a con to this idea of going through this world, but he ends off here that there's also a pro, and that is that you can also daven, because tefillah again is oisiyos. Tefillah is words. You're saying words, and that works b'teva of the world. Through tefillah you can sort of save your shefa. You can save your shefa. Whatever was supposed to be misakev through these kitrogin, you can undo it with your tefillah. So that is a pro of something which works al piteva of the world. He continues, gam ha-poshet hu emes. Simplicity is the truth. And he explains, she'ena bracha mitzuya ela b'davar asum min ayin. As we explained, that bracha is only in something which is hidden from the eye. V'lei b'davar sha'ayin shaletes by, not something that the eye can see. V'lei b'davar hamoda monoi, not something which can be measured and counted. Ki kivon sheyesh le'davar hasibo shemisham panosoi koloi le'ayin. Since a person has panosoi, and he knows what his work is, people see what his work is. It's koloi le'ayin, everyone sees it. Ozai bevadai niskaten ha-Bitachon ha-gadol shu rak b'Baal HaRatzon. Automatically, your Bitachon will be less in the Baal HaRatzon, in Hashem. Because of course there's some sense of trust that he has in the work that he's doing. He sees the revenue that's coming in. It's near lekol, everyone sees it. So automatically he is putting a boundary to his trust in something which has a gvul and tzimtzum, which is his work, his revenue that's coming in. And the Eini Motzi, what does the words Eini Motzi mean? Pirish, Einoi benimsa sheyehei tomid kach sheyehei bracha shayra alav. It's Eini Motzi is from the term of being constant. It's not going to be constant, this bracha. Avor hadinim ha-kitrogin kamer, like we explained, the dinim and the kitrogin that come at every checkpoint as the shefa is coming in, derech hateva of this world. Ki im yehei nimsa shehei mikam makom bracha, v'hu ma'at min ha'ma'at. The bracha again is being minimized as is coming through this shefa because of the kitrogin. But it's also going to be at times. It's not going to be constant. Sometimes he'll have ups, he'll have downs in the business, and that's only because of his bitachon, of his trust in the business, in the revenue that's coming in, and not that it's coming directly from Hashem, from the Baal HaRatzon. He continues, "V'zehu loshon hashas ina bracha metzuy," and that's what the Gemara that we quoted earlier, that bracha is not found from something which is golei le'ayin pirish af im yizdam lepa'amim. Even if panasa is coming your way, mikam mokam ena motzuy ala roiv, but it's not always going to be there. V'chein b'davar hamodod, and that's b'shat something which is measured. Avor ki yedea schum hamido oy haminyan. He knows the measurement. He knows how many products he has. Azai nigval Bitochan shalei b'tzimtzum godel v'oid. Automatically, his Bitachon will be limited. Loyal poches le'yoyser ki im lefi shir shemona oimoda, based on how much he counted or measured. When it's oyer yoyser tzimtzum medinim asher mekoidem, there will be more of a tzimtzum now after when he counted. Ki av shemetchilo hayagam ki mitchayim b'tzimtzum koidem shemona v'shemona avo sheportach hamasher ra be'eino yav koidem medida. Even though before he counted the grains that's in his storehouse, he already was in this realm of tzimtzum, because again he believes somewhat in his business. But the tzimtzum would not be as great, as narrow. Because he didn't count it yet, so he doesn't know the number, so it's not such a great tzimtzum. Like today, as great as today, where he knows exactly how much he has in his bank account, how much grains he has in his storehouse. His bracha would have been greater before he counted the grains. When you count it, when you measure it, it's more mitzamsim, that pipe of Shefa that's coming your way. Instead of like your pipe in your shower, if you want to have nice pressure, you got to have bigger pipes. You have a small pipe, you're going to have less water coming through. Before you count it, that pipe is bigger. The shefa is bigger. And now the Hoisofos Ubiurim quotes along the same idea from the Rebbe Reb Zisha, and he says, "Okay, Inyan ha'omer shemati ma'chocham ha'shal malakai me'reinu harav Reb Zusya Manapoli." The Rebbe Reb Zisha lived in the mid-1700s in Poland. Reb Zisha's brother was the famous Elimelech Melazensk, and he was a Talmud from the Maggid Memezrich. So it says the Rebbe Reb Zisha, Pirush Alma Shekosav B'Maiser. It's written in regards to the mitzvah of giving Maiser in Malachi. It says, V'chonuni nabazois. And Hashem says that by giving Maiser, with this you can test me. If I don't open up the Shemayim, and I don't fill you up with bracha, with ad b'lidai, with no limit. Shehu kiniska le'il, kimi shebeitech ve'bitachon gadol v'amunah chazaka, rak bo yisbarach, one that believes only in Hashem, shehu sibas kol sibas, which is the means of all means, v'loi be'etzma siba kli, asher bo yinosn hashba'asai, but not in the vessel that Hashem is filling up. You don't believe in that vessel, it's called your business. Imhu b'madregazu, if he is on this level, azai yorid loy hashpo milamaylo meBaal HaRatzon atzmai b'li emtsois tzimtzum levushim, then Hashem will send him his shefa without anything in the middle, any tzimtzumim and levushim, and the shefa is dressed up. Rak mufshad milavushim migvalim, rather it's undressed from all these boundaries. Shehein derech yiridus alama is coming through the world. That's what the words means. Harikoisi lechem bracha. Maloshan arik charbi, like it says in Chumash Shemais, that words arik charbi, that you're going to draw out your sword from what's holding your sword. The sheath, it holds your sword. It's like a kli for your sword. Shapirish Rashi al shem shacherev mufshat min taroi shenosim b'soichav nisha reik. Why is it called arik? Because when you pull out the sword, it's now empty. That holder is empty. Which means to undress from all that layers of clothing on your shefa. That your bracha should be empty and unclothed, from all these clothing of boundaries and limitations, ad b'lidai, with no limit, which ad b'lidai shu soid hatzimtzum, that is the foundation of limitation. And he explains, kenoida b'masha amar Chazal in the Gemara Chagiga, shakai she'amar lo'elamoy dai. that Hashem set out to the world enough. That means that when Hashem was creating the world, the world was spreading and getting bigger and bigger and bigger, until Hashem roared out and said, enough. That is the foundation limitation. That is the first time anything was limited. The Bria Sailama is in the creation of the world. Kenoida, as it is known from the Sefer Eitz Chaim, from the Chaim Vital. Vezehu gam kain kan ad bli dai, and that's what it means over here, ad bli dai, sha'al yidei mitzvahs meiser. Shetibadchu boy v'taminoi, that you have trust and you believe. Shelo yischas lechem shir ma she'atem afrishem ma'meiser, that you will be not lacking anything from the meiser that you're separating. Avur sheyesh b'yodoi lemalo yislachem kol chesron eseichem, that Hashem will fill up everything that you gave, everything you were lacking by giving meiser. Hashem will fill up. You believe that. Avur ha-Bitochan hagadol hazeh, because you have this great trust, and you don't have your trust in the sibo, which is your grains, products, whatever you have in your warehouse, or your money, your revenue, that you're giving away for meiser. Like the people that don't mekayim the mitzvah of giving meiser, because they don't have this trust. Rather, they put their trust in their products and in their money, because they're afraid that they should not be lacking. But you're not like this. Then I will undress, I will take away from your bracha, from your shefa, I will take away those boundaries, those limitations from your bracha that's coming your way. Ad bali dai, with no limitations. Shlo yehei bechinas dai, it should not be in the bechina of dai, of enough. Shu tzimtzum, which is being limited. Ka'amar la'akiv, as we said, it stops the shefa, tamid, the constant shefa, chas v'shalom. Divrei pi chacham chen akan l'shoyne, that's the end of the Hoisofos, the Ubiurim. So the takeaway is obvious, that the shefa comes our way when we believe in the Baal HaRatzon, and we only have what to stand to lose by believing in the kli, in our business, in our revenue. And if we believe in the Baal HaRatzon, then Hashem will fill up our kelim, our vessels. He will undress all that limitations. He will remove that from the shef and the bracha. We will get everything that's coming our way.